Hello, Cultivating Inner Beauty. Welcome, welcome. Uh, I'm Ashley Thompson, and this is day one of overcoming and exploring ways to overcome stress. So, if you see me looking this way or this way, I'm going to try two cameras at once. So, I'm looking at my phone here on Instagram, and then I'm looking on my computer here on YouTube. But I won't be before you long because I just had a big surgery and whew, it takes a lot of energy out of you, even to the most simplest things as far as talking for a long time. But I'll just start off with cultivating inner beauty. We're all about loving our healthy cells from hair, skin, and nutrition. And that, my friend, starts from within. So, on this journey, I wanted to share um, how much stress can impact you. It can impact your health. It can impact um, your relationships, uh, your mental health, your hair, the way you eat. It's so many different ways that stress can affect you. And so, on this 30-day journey, we're going to explore some of those ways. And my prayer is that through these lives of me sharing about this, it'll encourage you along the way. So my story, um, so I'm a chemist by day. Um, I work for a well-known company. We do a lot of lip balms and personal care. I do that. I'm also a certified holistic nutritionist, and I'm also an author. So right now I have children's books through my business called Ella's Greatest Adventures. You may have heard of it. Please check that out. But those are the three areas. In those three areas divides a lot of my attention. Um, First, I'll just start off with how I became a chemist, and well, not really how I became a chemist, but how I walked into cultivating inner beauty. So um, I went to school and I studied biology, and my goal was to become a dentist. I wanted to become a dentist at the time, and so I was studying that. I was studying biology, and that was my whole focus at the time. Once I got out of school, of course, then things started to shift, and then I started to discover how, I guess, more creative I was. And so I started to focus on um, just the creative side of me, and then that's how eventually I fell into cosmetic chemistry. If you want the full story, you could check out my YouTube where I go into the depths of that. But after going into cosmetics and discovering, um, focusing on my creative side of that, um, I was always like a healthy person. So I've always did cheerleading, I did dance, ballet, and jazz for like 12 plus years. I played tennis. So I was always like an active person. And but then like later on, as like after I graduated from college and everything, I started noticing a change in my stomach area. And um, late short story, um, I discovered that I had these things called fibroids. And so with that, when I discovered I had when I discovered I had fibroids. Well, at first I didn't know. So I went to the doctor, and they said that I was too young to have anything going on with my body. And I could feel the change, the shift in my stomach, but I couldn't explain what it was because the feeling would come and go. And so I went to the doctors, and they said I was too young, and they brushed it off. Then years later, I went again, only to discover I was pregnant and I had fibroids. And I'll share the rest of the story with you on tomorrow. But that was the beginning of what I was starting to discover with cultivating. And so that was the beginning of me discovering, like, I was already like into health and into taking care of myself. But that was like the first time I really started to pay attention to what was going on with my body. Um, so years later, after that happened, I was already a chemist, but I wanted to focus and do something else on a creative side and actually like try to make some money on the side. And so um, that's when I started learning about YouTube videos. And I wanted to create a channel where I could come on as the skincare expert, since I worked a lot with products and working in different types of labs in the skincare industry. So that was my whole approach at the time. I wanted to focus on the beauty aspect of that. And so, what? Hello, welcome. I'm just sharing my story of how I started cultivating. But yeah, so I wanted to start my YouTube channel and focus on skincare. And so first I started it off, and if you see some of my earlier videos, I talk a lot on skincare and the different types of ingredients to look out for and why they were beneficial to your skin. But then as I continued creating, that's when I uh, that's when I started to see like a shift taking place, and that it wasn't only about skincare, but um, then I started to see the connection between skincare and nutrition. So I slowly started adding in nutrition aspects. And one thing about me, when I went to school, um, even though I wanted to become a dentist, one of the things I was always interested in was nutrition and how it affects the body. And so I always kept that in the back of my mind. And so when I created this channel, uh, I I learned that um, like what we put on our bodies is important, but what's even more important is what we put on in the inside of our body. That's what's going to show up, and that's what affects our health and everything. And then I took it a step further. Well, God helped me to take it a step further, and He showed me how what we put on the inside of our body, not only with food, but like our what we consume on a daily basis, um, like mentally, the thoughts that we take in, the entertainment that we take in, all of that take can affect our body, can affect our health, and it plays a big impact on the way we handle things. And so that's when I knew that cultivating inner beauty, it was bigger than just uh, creating a platform for me to speak on YouTube, but it's a platform to share God's goodness and also to share how He feels about us. He cares more, not so much about our outward appearance, but He cares about what we put inside of us. And so once I learned that that was the focus is much bigger than creating a channel for people to get insight of, but just to see how everything is connected. Then that's when I knew that this was bigger than I thought it was. Um, yeah, so that's a brief glimpse of who I am and how I started this channel. The whole focus of the 30-day stress, overcoming and exploring stress, is because me being a busy individual, as I said, with being a chemist, nutritionist, and author, I didn't even share how I have other roles as a wife, aunt, sister. And so being a busy individual, it takes a lot of your energy, and it's easy to not realize how much stress you're under, especially if you're used to um, having your time divided in so many different aspects. And also, being a busy individual, you could start to kind of lose yourself if you're not careful. And so I'm glad that I'm able to go through this to help people like you. I pray that this helped you. Um, and so, yeah, two of my biggest struggles. One I'll share today, which was with the fibroids, um, and I'll share more along the journey. But yeah, I hope you guys are excited, and as I continue to get healed, um, I'll be able to talk longer. But I pray that this first day has been a great start, and I'm looking forward to talking more with you on how to handle stress. Talk to you later, guys. Bye. And I will talk to you later.